Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Super Paul Toa, and so far it's day 3 about the Maui Wild Fires. So far everyone has been watching a lot of news anyway. Before today's presentation, I'm gonna tell some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that we had lost about 80 people that passed on in the fires. And also, we have some good news anyway about the banyan tree. And so far, banyan tree is, even though it's still charred, but it's still looking good anyway. We just got to keep watering it and then fertilize it. In fact, I'm going to tell you some scientific facts about that banyan tree anyway. As you can see for this photo of it right here, after when the wildfires start, you could see all the limbs and the branches and everything. Sorry about the ad. Right here is the photo of what the tree looks like after the fire, and then you can see the before, and then here's a top view of it, and in front is the Banyan courthouse. And by far, there's been a lot of positive feedback on people taking care of it. So anyway, for scientific facts, here are some special facts of what I learned about. So as you know, that tree has about nearly 46 limbs, and it keeps the tree remain standing. Sort of like those long branches, they're almost like the arms, while the limbs are like the legs. So that's a good start about what the tree is, but there's more facts about it. For the trunks outside the tree, we all know that contains about protection, because banyan trees have about 4 to 5 layers on the trunk, 4 to 5. And then I just heard that banyan trees, they're not really flammable anyway. Like a pine tree that you use for Christmas, and maple trees that have maple syrup. I mean, these trees are flammable, like the oil from the pine, and then the sugar in the maple tree. That's what causes trees like that are flammable. But the banyan, it's non-flammable, just like a Keawe tree or a koa tree. So we're lucky that the banyan tree is non-flammable, so there could be some hope to save it. But most importantly, when you look around this area where the tree is, you could see there's no grass. And if there was grass, then it would definitely cause one fire, and it'll burn the roots. So we're lucky. And you know, average people say only wildfires can cause by dry grass, but the real shocking truth is fresh grass can cause fire too when it gets too dry from the heat. So there is hope that we can still save that banyan tree, because it's got great protection of the layers from the trunks, and it's got 46 limbs, and there's no oil inside. So we're so lucky that the tree still remains standing, and it's still gonna live. So we still have hope. But remember, when it comes to tree care anyway, we gotta give it some fresh water once in a while. Like for example, yesterday they went water the tree, and then now they're waiting for tomorrow to water it again. So you gotta water it once in a while. Like water it one day, then when the next day comes, you wait for the next day to water it. And then you give it some fertilizer, but be careful on the fertilizer, because that can easily burn the tree when you add too much. So there's still hope to save that banyan tree. So I say we start jumping into this community and save that tree, because when we save that tree, it's like we're saving God, because it's like the heart of Lahaina and the heart of God, even though people still can't tell how big God is and how big his heart is. But we know his heart is the same size as him, but no one knows how big God is. So I say we save that banyan, and if we save that banyan, we're saving the town. So let's get saving. But anyway, for today's presentation, I'm gonna share about fundraising because I heard something on the news about restaurants who are raising funds for Maui. Like for example, this restaurant called Farm to Barn, which is a restaurant located in Honolulu, they're raising funds to help Maui. And I bet a lot of restaurant owners are doing the same thing too. In fact, for me, I'm thinking of joining the team too because by the end of the year, my parents and my grandma and I are planning to move to Colorado. Oh, yeah. Right over here, Honolulu to Denver. So that way I could open my first restaurant and then maybe help out raise a few funds to help save Lahaina because we just got the value and the value is about $5.5 billion. And then on this website, I got City Feet and it shows all the restaurants for lease on which one that we could rent. And so far, there's been a few good ones so far, but as long as it's 30 minutes from Denver, my mom said, no out 1 hour or more. So so by far we've been getting a lot of positive feedback from the news, and then sooner or later we'll be able to save that town when we start raising charities. But anyway, let's talk about my goal on opening my first restaurant so that way I can join that team to raise the funds for Lahaina. Because there are a lot of ways that you could also try to raise funds. I mean, besides charities and GoFundMe's, but you can still do that in the restaurant business too. And after all, that's part of the motto. No matter what business we're in, we should always be in the business of helping people. And for me, I'm always going to be in the business of helping people. But, not all restaurant owners or other business owners believe that motto. I mean, for starters, I'm going to tell you about something about what happens when you become too greedy and stuff, and rich and poor. Yeah, like rich versus poor. Like, you see, there once was this rich guy who owns his own restaurant, and then he's the owner of it. And so far, all he cares about was just money and everything and rich people. And then there was some rich customer that came up to ask for a table, but then came a poor customer walking to the door. And then he was asking for something to eat, but the owner said that he wasn't allowed to be in. And then even though when the poor guy was hungry and stuff, and he said that no, we're not in the business of helping people, we're in the business of selling meals. But then the rich customer when told one story about that she used to be homeless before, and then she became rich thanks to someone very wise who went help out, and she explained the whole story till the end. And then she gave the revealing truth that she was the homeless person. And then the rich guy said that it was just a emotional story, and he said he's still not welcome in the restaurant. But then and then he told that the rich customer to take her business somewhere else. And then she said, before she goes, have you ever heard of whatever business name, and ask him if he heard of it. And then he said, of course, they're his biggest client. They probably would have been in business without them. But then the rich person when reviewed that she's the CEO and founder of the company. And he said, from now on, we're going to be taking our business elsewhere and spending our dollars on companies that are about helping people, not selling meals. And then she wanted to help that poor person so bad. And so she helped him. It's like she was changing his life just like how the poor person would change her life. even though that she wanted to take him inside that restaurant, but then they moved else. So they went walked away, and that restaurant owner went lived to regret it, and just lost his client and everything. So we'll never know, but we never know what happened next. But I know that that poor person's life went uphill while the rich person's life went downhill, because now he has no client and nothing else, that he fell behind on his bills and can't keep up, and then his restaurant was shut down and lost everything. So you see, that's part of the motto when it comes to businesses that you own or whatever you do. And that's why not only we're in the business of selling items like food, clothes, cars, or whatever, the only important thing is that we're helping people. Well, just like we're gonna try help these people in Maui to survive, and also help bring Lahaina back on the map. And most importantly, we need to help that banyan tree, because it means a lot to a lot of people. So I'm hoping to achieve that goal soon, to open my own restaurant and join that team to raise funds for Lahaina. And then maybe if I get my degree from culinary school, when my mom sends me back to college when we get to Denver, I'm hoping that maybe I could find a way to reopen the Pioneer Inn, because that was one of my grandparents' favorite hotels. So I say to all restaurant owners or any other business owners, and of course other people who work in other business, no matter what business we're in, we should always be in the business of helping people and pets. And that includes for Mother Nature too, like the banyan tree. So if you're not willing and refuse to help others, like other people, then you'll never know. You could lose your fortune, you can lose everything on the line, or worse, you could be ending up on the street. So remember to take my advice. No matter what business we're in, we should always be in the business of helping people. So I really hope you wanted to start, because you'll never know what might happen tomorrow, the next day, or whatever. So it's very important, and I say we should start immediately, and that means right now. So I hope you all think about it, because we'll never know what else could happen next. Either we'll lose more lives, or worse, we could lose the banyan tree. And losing that banyan tree will be very heartbreaking than losing the town. So I hope you're all ready to volunteer and rescue, because this is our chance to help others. And so far, people have been donating all their old clothes, their old shoes, and they're even donating bedding and then food and water. And so far, one of the GoFundMes had raised up to $1 million. But we need more than just 1 million. We need billions. But who knew? Maybe if we keep working harder and harder, we might make it to trillions. So we're doing this for the town, and we're doing this for the tree. So and hopefully that we could get all the businesses back on the line, and a lot of homes too. Because so far there's been a lot of depression going on, and people think that they don't want to live there anymore. So I hope you're all ready to help, because you'll never know what's going to happen the next day. And I wish everyone great luck, and God bless you all, and then hopefully that we're going to make a happy life again, because I want everyone to be happy, so their lives can go uphill and there won't be any more downhills. So get ready to volunteer, and also most importantly, Spread a little aloha around the world. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next presentation, because this presentation is going to be another fun fact and something more special. I'll see you guys next time.